Welcome friends, I'm Rosalie and I'm excited to share today's recipe with you. We're making charro beans, also known as frijoles rancheros or Mexican bean soup. To get started, you're going to need a bag of pinto beans. This is a 32 ounce or 2-pound bag. I'm going to pour them into my colander to go through them and remove any stones or any dark beans like these. You want to make sure you remove those. Sometimes you'll find broken ones. Just remove any funky looking beans. Bring them to your sink and make sure you rinse them thoroughly. I'm going to pour these into a bowl and fill my bowl up with water because we're going to be soaking them for at least 15 minutes. You can do more if you wish. Now, this serves a few purposes. It will loosen up all the dirt. It'll also help reduce some of the white foamy scum that you may get. And it will also speed up your cooking process by a few minutes or more. It may be hard to see in the video, but after 15 minutes, you see muggy water. Give them one more quick rinse. Now I'm ready to put them into my large pot. Fill your pot with water, I would say about 3 inches above the beans. Cooking temp will vary, but we're going to start at medium-high heat number 8 to make sure the water gets nice and hot. And we're going to come back in about 20 minutes and lower the temp. Now make sure you keep an eye on your beans though, because sometimes the water will overflow or beans will absorb a lot of the water, in which case you'll have to add more. It's been 20 minutes. I'm coming back to lower my temp to medium heat, which is between a 4 and a 5. If you see any white foamy scum at the top, this is a good time to remove it with a spoon. Mine is actually not bad at all. Continue cooking on medium heat. I'll be back in another hour. It's been an hour and a half total time since I first started cooking them. So let's go ahead and check on these. And these are actually looking really good. They're not done yet, but they're close to being done, so this is a good time to start prepping the rest of our stuff. Before we do that, if you notice, my water has gone down, so I'm going to add 4 cups of hot water. Make sure your water is hot so you don't disturb the cooking process. I'm also going to turn my temp down to a number 3. Now for the good stuff. Here I've got 1 package of center cut bacon. And we're going to be cutting this into smaller pieces. If you've never had charro beans before, let me know in the comment section below and let me know where you're from as well. Now be sure though to give them a try because they are so delicious. They're also a great source of fiber. Like Mexicans say, va a haber pedo a la noche, which basically means there's going to be a lot of farting tonight. So just keep your farts to yourself. Separate your bacon and set aside. Next up, we've got some Weiners. We're going to be using the whole package, and I'm going to be slicing these into smaller bite-sized pieces. Whoops, looks like I lost a weenie. Get back over here. Here I've got 1 package or 1 pound of Deli style honey ham. We're going to be cutting these into smaller bite-sized pieces. Now, if you wish, you can also use ham steak or any other type of ham you wish. I'm going to cut up the whole package, although I may end up not using the whole thing at the end. For our veggies, we want to cut and dice 1 medium to large white onion. Now, if you only have yellow, that's completely fine too. Next, we're going to cut 2 standard size Roma tomatoes. If your tomatoes extra small, then you want to cut 3. For this next step, if you like your beans very, very mild, you want to use 1 jalapeno, cut it in half, de-seed it, and then dice it up. We like it with a little bit of a kick, so I'm going to be using a Serrano pepper, which is hotter. And my kids have been asking me for spicy beans. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Now, this one's actually pretty large. It's almost like having 1.5 in 1. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one up. Now, I'm not removing the seeds on this one. I may end up using another one later if I need it. But for now, just 1. We're also going to be chopping up the leafy part of 1 bush of cilantro. Now, this is one ingredient you don't want to skip because it sure adds a lot of great flavor to it. Finely minced 2 fresh cloves of garlic. On medium-high heat in a large pan, you want to add all of your bacon. No grease is needed because the bacon already has grease of its own. We're going to go ahead and start frying this. We want to brown it. You don't want it crispy, but we do want to brown it. In the meantime, if you can, please hit the like button in this video. It really helps me out with my YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell so you get notified of all of my new videos. All right, guys, this is looking really good and exactly what we want. I'm going to go ahead and move it to a plate temporarily. Don't get rid of your bacon grease. Now we're going to use it to fry up our weenies. After mixing for 1 minute, I'm going to add my ham. This is where you get to decide how much ham you want. I'm probably going to use most of it, but I'm going to leave a little bit out and use it for breakfast tomorrow. They taste yummy mixed with eggs in the morning. All right, we just want to fry this for about 3 minutes, not long. These look good now, so I'm going to go ahead and place these on a plate temporarily. To my same pan, I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of olive oil, our onions, tomatoes, serrano peppers, and garlic. We'll wait a little bit on our cilantro. Give everything a mix and saute for about 3 to 4 minutes. All right, this is looking pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and go grab my cilantro and add it in now. Oh my gosh, guys, this is smelling so good. I really wish y'all could smell this. Sometimes I just wish I could transport all the delicious flavors or aroma right to you. I wish I could even give you a little bit of a taste test. How awesome would that be? All right, guys, I've been mixing for just about a minute. I'm ready to shut this off and get to the next step. My beans have been cooking for a total of 2 hours and they are looking really good. And if you notice, we're going to need some more water, but first we got to start adding all of our ingredients in. All right, so we're going to start with all of our vegetables that we just sauteed, followed by all of our bacon, weenies, ham, all the good stuff. All these flavors combined make it so yummy. This is 4 cups of water. And it looks like I'm probably going to need a little more. But before I do that, let me add some of my spices. Here I've got some kosher salt. And you can use any kind of salt you have. You just want to salt it to taste. I've got a big pot here. So for me personally, I like about 2 tablespoons of salt. I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of oregano. If you didn't add any serrano peppers and just wish to add a little bit of pepper, you can do that now. I'm going to go ahead and add a little more water. I'm probably adding about 2 more cups or so. I'm going to set my temp between a 3 and 4 and continue cooking for 30 minutes. In the meantime, check out my Spanish rice recipe. I'll post a link up top. It's been the 30 minutes. Let's check on our beans. And look at that. That is looking really good. Let me grab a different spoon so we can see this better. Oh my gosh, this is looking so good and it smells so good too. Now let's go plate this. All right, I've got myself a big bowl of charro beans or bean soup. We are going to top this off with some fresh diced tomatoes and cilantro. I may even add a little bit of avocado. All right, you can eat this bean soup alone. I like to take a flour tortilla, dip it in the bean soup. It is so good. And I also like to have it with Spanish rice or fideo on the side, guys. All right, don't forget to give this a like and share with your friends. Thanks for your support. If you're not already subscribed, please be sure to do so below or hit my little picture on the side. Also, don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified of all of my new videos. And please be sure to check out these links on the side. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching and your support.